Vaccination against coronavirus is in full swing, but many people are facing another issue. There are many people who are afraid of syringes, they're afraid of needles, and they don't know how to go for vaccination. And it's an important problem, it's a difficult issue because it's very important that everybody gets vaccinated against coronavirus. So let's talk about this topic in this video. I'm Dr. Praveen Tripathi. I'm a consultant psychiatrist and sexual disorder specialist. So first of all, what is it called? What is this condition known as? So extreme fear or irrational fear of needles or syringes, it is a kind of specific phobia. We know that phobia is a condition where people have excessive and extreme and irrational fear of an object or a situation. So there's a specific category of specific phobias which is called as BII, blood injection injury type, in which the patients are afraid of blood, needles and syringes and injuries. And in these patients, what is usually seen is whenever they are given injections, they tend to faint. A large number of them tend to faint. What happens is in the beginning, when the injection is given, initially they have a response where their heartbeat goes up and the blood pressure goes up, and then it suddenly falls. The BP falls down and the heartbeat goes down. When that happens, the blood flow to the brain gets decreased and that leads to fainting. It's also called as vasovagal syncope. So it's a big problem because these patients are often hesitant of taking medications, of taking injections, and many of them even avoid going to the hospitals. So what can be done about them? Now, one of the techniques that is usually used for such kind of people is called as applied tension technique. So I would strongly recommend that you use these techniques under the guidance of a psychiatrist or a psychologist. But to just discuss the principle, basically the entire problem is the drop in the blood pressure. If we can somehow manage the blood pressure, keep the blood pressure stable, there would be no fainting. And one of the easy way of doing so is muscle contraction. So basically what we tell the patient is contract your body, contract the arms and contract the legs. Put one leg on another. You would not be able to see my legs, but it's very simple. Just put one leg on another and dorsiflex the feet. Basically try to point your feet upwards. So when you contract your arms, contract your abdomen, put one leg on another and kind of squeeze the thighs together and try that your feet start pointing upwards. Basically a large part of your body, a good amount of muscles are in a state of contraction. Do that for 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds, and then relax. Relax for 10 to 15 seconds. Again do it for 5 to 10 seconds, again relax. So you have to do it like 5 times. So when you do that, when the muscle is contracted, the blood pressure automatically increases, and this ensures that people do not faint after getting injection. So what we tell patients is that try it for like 4 or 5 days. Because it will take that much time before you realize how it is done properly. It sounds very simple, but it takes some time to master this thing. And try it for 4 or 5 days, and then on the day of injection, just before getting injection, do this. And one way is even while getting injection, you do that. For example, you are getting injection in the left arm. So try to contract the rest of the body, but keep the left arm relaxed. And if that is not possible, what you can do is you can do these contractions before getting the injection and immediately after getting the injection, so that during the time when you're getting injection, you are in a state of relaxation. So this is what can be done. In some people this is enough. There are others who have more severe response, who get more anxious when they even think about getting an injection. For them, more elaborate therapy is required. Primarily the exposure therapies are done. The principle of exposure therapy is very simple. We tend to expose the person to the stimulus that makes him anxious, and then we increase the dosage of that exposure. So basically what you do is, in the beginning you show the person who is having anxiety of injection or fear of injection, you just show him a pic of injection, maybe a cartoon of injection, and the person looks at the cartoon, he has his anxiety, and then you wait for anxiety to go down. Now, the interesting thing about anxiety is it goes up, but it can stay up for only so much time. It has to eventually go down after some time. So you show him the pic, you show him the cartoon, the anxiety goes up, you wait for some time, after some time the anxiety goes down. This is the first step. In the next step, later on, now you show him a video of the injection. In the third step, maybe you can show him the video of the entire process. And the fourth step, maybe you can show him a real syringe from a distance. And the fifth step, maybe you can show somebody else getting the vaccination. So basically we keep on increasing the exposure, and we try to habituate the person to the anxiety. Now this is done under the supervision of a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and over a number of therapy sessions. Don't try to do it all by yourself. But this is the basic technique that is followed. This is how it is done. So if you are a person who is afraid of injections, who get very anxious about when you even think about injections, you have to follow these techniques. It is very important to get vaccinated against coronavirus. It's a very dangerous virus. The consequences can be really bad. We have to do everything possible to save ourselves from getting infected. And in case you are having the fear, if you are afraid of getting vaccinated, please meet a psychiatrist or a psychologist nearby you, and he or she will tell you these techniques, will tell you how it is done, will work with you personally, and will help you. We keep on making such kind of videos so that the medical information can be put out there. People get to know about these things, about the psychiatric disorders and sexual disorders. And if you like such kind of content, you can definitely join us. Thank you.